iOS 18 is officially out with exciting updates and features. In this video, we'll cover 120 plus new changes, exploring each one in detail to show why they're practical and valuable. Don't miss out. Thanks for watching my channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get notified about upcoming videos. One of the standout features in iOS 18 is the new home screen customization options. This includes brand new wallpapers, available in both light and dark modes, in colors like purple, azure, pink, and yellow. You also get a dynamic wallpaper that changes throughout the day. These wallpapers are available in light and dark versions and are a great set it and forget it option for a fresh look. For the first time, iOS 18 introduces flexible app placement. Unlike before, where apps would snap to a grid, you can now freely place apps anywhere. Android users have had this for a while, but it's a big deal for iPhone users. The same goes for widgets, which can now be placed anywhere on the home screen, too. When in edit mode, you can resize widgets using drag handles in the bottom right corner. For example, you can resize the podcast widget to small, medium, or large. This is a time saver, as you no longer need to drag different versions of a widget from the gallery. Alternatively, you can resize widgets by long pressing them. This method allows you to resize and even convert a widget back to an app icon, which you can't do with drag handles. A new customization option is you switch to dark app icons, which applies to both stock apps and some third-party apps. You can also set the icons to automatically switch between light and dark modes based on the time of day. There's also a wallpaper tint option, which allows you to manually switch the tint of your wallpaper between light and dark, depending on your icons. This feature lets you tint up icons and widgets to match your wallpaper. While it initially gives off a nostalgic jailbreak vibe, it's customizable, and you can even sample colors using an eyedropper tool. You can also switch to larger app icons and widgets, removing the app names for a clean look. Unfortunately, app names can't be hidden in the small icon mode yet. iOS 18 allows you to lock apps individually, requiring Face ID or a passcode to open them. This also prevents app content from showing up in notifications or Spotlight. In addition to locking, you can hide apps from the home screen, requiring Face ID to reveal them in the App Library's hidden section. You can easily unhide them later, if needed. The Control Center gets a complete redesign in iOS 18. Controls are now grouped by page, and you can switch between them by swiping down. You can rearrange and resize controls, similar to how you would edit apps on the home screen. Additionally, you can now customize everything within the Control Center itself. No need to go through the Settings app. The new Controls Gallery provides a search option for finding and adding various controls. There are far more controls to choose from compared to previous versions of iOS. You can even add new pages to the Control Center and fill them with your custom controls. Simply go into edit mode, select the last page, and add whatever you like. On the lock screen, you can now remove or customize controls like the camera or flashlight shortcuts, which have been mainstays for years. You can now delete and customize controls with full flexibility. I have dark mode enabled, and I'm going to remove the flashlight. Let's replace it with the stopwatch. Now, we have both stopwatch and dark mode, and you can long press dark mode to switch between light and dark modes. Long press the stopwatch to bring it up. If you remove the camera shortcut from the lock screen, don't worry. You can still swipe over to reveal the camera. On action button-equipped phones like the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 16 series, you can customize the button. Let's make it launch the calculator. Press and hold, and voila, the calculator opens. You can add shortcuts too, but that's for another video. Another cool feature is the dynamic flashlight. On iPhones with the dynamic island, you can swipe up to adjust the intensity or swipe left and right to change the beam angle. Helping parents or grandparents with their devices just got easier. You can now ask them to share their screen via messages. start a FaceTime audio call, and once connected, you can request screen sharing through SharePlay. They can accept or decline it. Once accepted, you'll see their screen and can resize it. You can even draw on the screen to annotate, helping the person on the other end by highlighting what they should do, like circling icons or settings. You can also zoom in on the screen for a better view as they navigate. While zoomed in, you can't interact directly, but when zoomed out, you can annotate. You can even request remote control of their phone. Once they accept, you can control their phone, even if they're in another state or country. If they want to regain control, they can at any time, and they can also end the session whenever they choose. You can now, moving on to passwords, iOS 18 introduces a dedicated passwords app. Previously, Keychain was used, but now there's an easier way to access your passwords with this standalone app. You can set up passwords with two-factor authentication to FA codes by simply long pressing a QR code and selecting Add Verification Code to the Passwords app. This makes logging into websites more secure. The Passwords app also supports passkeys, which are even more secure. These are generated and stored directly on your device, secured with Face ID, and synced across all devices through iCloud Keychain. The app also supports sign-in with Apple. You can save those credentials in the Passwords app and use them to sign in securely to apps and websites. Another feature is the ability to share login credentials with family members. You can share passwords to FA codes, passkeys, and even sign in with Apple credentials. There's also a convenient way to share your Wi-Fi password using a QR code. Let in iOS 18. The Messages app got some exciting updates, like emoji and sticker tapbacks. Now, instead of the old, limited tapback options, you can use any emoji or sticker to express how you feel in a conversation. Inline stickers are also available, allowing you to include them directly in text conversations, and there's a multilingual keyboard option that lets you type into languages at once, intelligently switching between them. The keyboard supports language detection, providing suggestions in the appropriate language as you type. Another great new feature is text effects. Instead of full screen effects, you can now apply effects to individual words or sentences, like shake, nod, or other animations. You can also format text by bolding, underlining, or striking through. One highly requested feature is the ability to send messages later. You can schedule texts up to 2 weeks in advance. When you schedule a message, it will appear in a lighter color until it's sent. Messages scheduled for later appear in chronological order, so if you send something immediately, it goes to the top. You can edit scheduled messages to send them right away, modify them, or even delete them. The cool thing is that these messages will send even if your phone is dead. They're encrypted and stored on Apple's servers, so the message will be sent to the recipient regardless of your phone's status. Apple is expanding satellite messaging beyond just emergency SOS. Now, if you're off the grid like on a high queue, can send an iMessage or even an emoji via satellite. It's no longer just for emergencies. Here's an example of me sending a satellite message with no cellular or Wi-Fi connectivity. I just sent that message entirely via satellite, which is pretty amazing. The Notes app in iOS 18 now includes audio recording capabilities. You can record audio directly within a note, and it works quite well. You can pause, resume, and there's even live transcription. Let's take a look at the live transcription feature. As I talk, the transcription appears in real time, just like that. The cool thing about this feature is that you can tap on any word in the transcription, and it will play back the audio from that exact moment. For example, you can tap within the transcription and hear that part of the recording instantly, similar to how podcast apps work. It's really convenient. In iOS 18, the Calculator app has been significantly improved with a range of new features. Users now have the ability to input numbers and delete individual digits as required. Moreover, the app now stores previous calculations, making it simple to access and remove them when necessary. In addition to these enhancements, the app now offers 4 unique modes: Basic, Scientific, Math, and Accuracy Converter. Another neat feature in Notes is the ability to solve math equations. You can do basic math like 5 plus 5, and even use variables such as cat equals 10 and dog equals 5. The app will automatically calculate that cat plus dog equals 15. You can also access math notes you've created in the Calculator app. The same principle applies whether it's variables or complex equations. They'll all be stored in a smart folder. Another great addition is collapsible sections. If you're working on a long note, you can collapse and expand sections by tapping the little arrow next to the section title. This makes navigating long notes much easier. The iOS Calendar app has received a fresh new look with modernized fonts and a larger, clearer view of dates and months. One of the most exciting changes is the integration of reminders directly within the calendar. Now, instead of managing tasks into separate apps, you can view, edit, and even complete reminders right inside the calendar app. You can also create reminders without switching to the Reminders app, streamlining the entire process. Another major update is the month view. In earlier versions, the calendar only showed a dot to indicate events without much context. Now, you can see more details, like multiple events with color-coded dots and stacks, giving you a better visual representation of your schedule. Additionally, there's full integration between the calendar and Reminders apps, allowing tasks to sync seamlessly. This update makes the calendar app far more functional and a pleasure to use for managing events and tasks all in one place. In iOS 18, the Photos app has undergone a major redesign. Gone are the familiar tabs like Library and Albums. Now everything is on a single page. Some users may find this change refreshing, while others might feel it's a bit cluttered. One helpful addition is pinned collections, allowing you to easily access favorite photo groups. There's also a recent days feature that lets you quickly jump to photos taken today, yesterday, or the day before. One of the most practical updates is the ability to hide screenshots and shared with you content. If you take a lot of screenshots, like many of us do, this will help declutter your library. You can toggle these off, so they won't show in your main view. Additionally, there are expanded content types in the Utilities section, now including receipts, handwriting, illustrations, and more. Another welcome change is in the hidden and recently deleted albums, which no longer automatically unlock when you open your phone, providing an extra layer of security. These updates in iOS 18 offer a mix of convenience and personalization, though the new design may take some getting used to. The iOS 18 Camera app introduces a long-awaited feature for video recording, the ability to pause and resume video in real time. This lets you create jump cuts without having to record separate clips, making it incredibly convenient for content creators and filmmakers. Simply start recording, pause at any point, and then resume all within the same video file. Another new addition is the ability to control video speed after recording, allowing you to switch between 30 and 60 FPS seamlessly. These new features will be available on all iPhones that support iOS 18, offering a smoother, more dynamic video shooting experience. Here's a quick look at a cool new feature in iOS 18, Continuity Camera with Apple TV 4K. You can now set up a dedicated iPhone as a permanent camera for your Apple TV, perfect for FaceTime, Zoom, or other video calls. Simply go to Settings Greater Than Devices on your Apple TV 4K and connect your iPhone to the continuity camera. One of my favorite new features in iOS 18 is Gaming Mode. The system automatically recognizes when you're playing a game and activates Gaming Mode as soon as you open it. You can access this mode from the Control Center or Notification Center while you're gaming. What makes this feature so great is that it optimizes performance by reducing background activities, ensuring your game runs smoothly and efficiently. It's a game changer for mobile gamers, providing a more immersive and lag-free experience. Absolutely tremendous. One of the most exciting upcoming features in iOS 18.1 is Apple Intelligence, which will enhance various functionalities, including call recording. Another exciting feature in Safari for iOS 18 is the Thalo Snap. This allows you to remove distracting ads from websites while you browse. Simply go to the Settings in the Safari tab, click on Hide Distracting Items, and then tap on the ads you want to disappear. Just like that, they vanish with a touch, creating a cleaner, more enjoyable browsing experience. It's a fun way to enhance your focus on work.